guys, you're welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Acid Darling. Thank you guys so much for clicking once again. If you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing. And to all my OGs, you know what to do. Comment down below, let me know, gang. Now, as we draw close to the deadline for PAL, that's the provincial attestation later, we have breaking news, and that's that the province of Nova Scotia has released their own details on how they are going to be implementing their CAP and the PAL system. Once again, shout out to the amazing Olu of Canada, Olufemi Loye. Thank you for always updating us. I'm going to be reading this from his blog. Okay, so he started by saying, Justin, the province of Nova Scotia has released the details of how it will implement the federal cap on new international student application. If you missed yesterday's video, the province of Ontario has released it. And for those that keep asking, like, who is Doggy? Come on, see, if you are planning to study in Ontario and you do not know Doggy, come on, see, just change province at this point. Doggy is actually Doug Ford. That's our premier. He's basically the governor. So his name is Doug Ford, and I just call him Doggy. Anyways, let's get on with the news. So he went on to say the number of study permit applications for Nova Scotia is 12,900 this year, down about 7,000 from last year. So Nova Scotia is one of the first provinces, if not the only province, that has come out with their own cap. They came out and they spelt it. Like, I don't know how Ottawa calculated it, but 12,900 for the entire province of Nova Scotia. It's a fair amount, but still, just understand, flow with me, it's rather little. Understand that schools like Conestoga had over 30,000 people in a year, and Conestoga is one school in Ontario. So if the entire Nova Scotia has 12,900, crazy things are happening. Anyway, so they went on to say they will be distributed amongst 32 designated learning institutions, those approved to accept international students. Now, this news is of course from the province, and the next slide goes, the province released international student allocations for post-secondary institutions today, March 28th, following the federal government's changes to its international study permit program to decrease the number of international students coming to Canada. The federal government provided Nova Scotia with the total number of students allowed under the new program cap, and required the province to distribute them amongst its institutions. The number of study permit applications again for Nova Scotia is 12,900, down about 7,000 from last year. They'll be distributed among 32 DLIs that are approved to accept international students. Now, it went under the sub. He said 11,565 to the province's 10 universities and Nova Scotia Community College. Nova Scotia is prioritizing universities that are within, like, the province, and then only NSCC. Understand, Nova Scotia Community College is very popular. It's like New Brunswick Community College. That particular community college is popular. So almost all their locations, 11,565 is a lot. And then 710 slots for 12 is sent to a dozen private career colleges. So 12 private career colleges are going to share 710 students. For 12 people to share 710. Wow. At least they gave them something. Then 526 to 9 language schools. I understand that a lot of provinces had a hard time sharing this, because what Miller just did was, you know what, I'm going to allocate a number to you and you split it the way you want. Anyhow you want to split, shall find a way to split it. I don't know how he did it, because it looks like Ontario got a very good number. Even though our number might not be as great, but I feel like it wasn't too bad. The way this news is coming off, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I feel the heat went to some other provinces and specific schools in Ontario, okay? Going forward, it says the province will hold back 99 application spaces to allow for some flexibility to respond to unexpected circumstances and new programs. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. This is the first province that did exactly what I advised. Like, you cannot allocate everything. Something might happen. You might even give an attestation letter to somebody that has another attestation letter. What will happen if somebody applies to 2 different colleges, applies for 2 different attestation letters, get the 2 attestation letters? Is there a way for one name to be attached to only one attestation letter? That way we know that one person is not having 5 admissions, and then they take only one, reject 4 after the school has already issued attestation letter. Like, what is that loophole? For those of you that understand how we are going to fill it, because that's one thing with this country, they might address the loophole when they find an issue with it, when it has happened and they've seen enough data to support it. But that's a loophole. And also, provinces can't give all. You have to hold a little back just in case, unforeseen, and that's what Nova Scotia did here. Going forward, he continued by saying international students are important to the province's growth and economy, and we want them to have a good experience when they come to study, live, and work here, said Brian Wong, Minister of Advanced Education. Now, when you keep hearing minister and minister and minister, it is so weird because our provinces have ministers. We have our own Minister of Education here in Ontario, like a special Minister of Education. Is weird. We have General Minister of Employment, which is actually the federal guy, but him and the minister of our own, like, I don't know, guys, let me know your thoughts. They should have been called commissioners, the way Nigeria calls their states. Anybody in charge of a parastatal in a state is a commissioner. You can't be a minister, and we'll have federal minister, we'll have state minister. Anyways, just by the way, so Minister Brian Wong is the Minister of Advanced Education, I'm sure, there in Nova Scotia. He continues by saying, we've taken a thoughtful approach to allocating the federal cap across the province, considering many factors like the enrollment in our high needs programs and managing growth in the communities. That said, we will continue to advocate for a greater allocation from the federal government. Okay, that's for them. Going forward, he says, they will advocate, they've gotten this, they'll work with it, but they'll continue to advocate. With today's announcement, institutions can now request attestation letters from the province for first-year international students they've accepted. The letter confirms that the student falls within the cap and must be included with the student's application for study permits from the federal government. As part of the province's one-year agreement with universities announced last year, they must develop international student sustainability programs and plans, outlining how these students will be recruited, housed, and connected to the labor market. Quick facts, of course, are stated here, which is usually towards the end. It says, IRCC announced changes to its international study program on January 22nd. The province was informed about the allocation February 9th. International post-secondary students who are currently studying in Nova Scotia and those planning to pursue a master's or doctoral degree do not require provincial attestation letter. The ones that are currently studying and those doing that are planning to do master. So if you're already here, you're here, but those coming for masters and doctoral do not require provincial attestation letter. Okay, the next one goes, as of October 1st 2023, Nova Scotia universities had about 14,500 full-time international students enrolled, about 32% of total full-time enrollment. As of October 1st, 2023, Nova Scotia Community College reported 1,183 international students, about 11% of total enrollment. For the period of September 2022 to August 2023, private career colleges voluntarily reported an enrollment of about 250 international students. So you can see from Nova Scotia that although they have international students, like, it's not an outrageous amount, and it's just, for the first one, the university, just 32% of the total enrollment. So the rest are residents or citizens. For the community college, it's just about 11%, and for career colleges, they used to have just 250. So if they still give them 710 to share, it might be little, but it's a good amount for them to share. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. So this basically is from the government of Nova Scotia. The body of the post read, update from the province of Nova Scotia. With today's announcement, institutions can now request attestation letters from the province for the first year international students they've accepted. The letter confirms that the student falls within the cap and must be included with the student's application for a study permit from the federal government. This is from the government of Nova Scotia. Now, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. So if you're somebody had asked me about Nova Scotia, I think the person was looking at Cape Breton University, and was asking between Cape Breton. I think she's gotten admission to Cape Breton, and she was saying she's heard about Cape Breton being notorious. They don't have accommodation, and of course lack of jobs, because the Cape Breton as a town is far off from the core Halifax. So for me, I would advise, if you can, instead of leaving the province itself, you can move to probably this the community college, so probably it's closer to town and you're still able to use that same attestation later. You understand? That's, for me, is something that I think you might explore. But right now it's not even the time to be jumping from college to college. I would advise that you try as much as possible to rethink your decision. I'm going to be doing a video focusing on the courses that are going to have priority in Ontario, following Dougie's address, where he said that some courses, as much as they have shared the attestation, there are specific courses that they are going to be giving priority. So they've told the schools to work with those courses. I will do a detailed video telling you those particular courses. If you want to do something outside that, it is fine, but understand that when they say priority, priority is priority, meaning they'll first finish giving the ones that they want, then whatever is left is what you can, use. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. So shout out to Nova Scotia for bringing out the attestation letter, breakdown and all of that in time. March 31st is the deadline. I was even thinking that Ontario will be the last. So right now we are just waiting for a handful of them, also at the northern territories. Right now we already have BC, Manitoba, I think Saskatchewan, Ontario, Alberta has started. We've gotten Nova Scotia. We're looking at, I think, Prince Edward Island, New Brunswick, and the other two. We're waiting on them to, Newfoundland and Labrador. We're waiting on them, Yukon. We're waiting on them to, of course, send us their breakdown. If at all they don't, I'll let you know. If they do, I'll still let you know. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. So this is the update. I know it has been updates galore. I have not even had time to edit or shoot vlogs because Canada woke up 2024 and said, you know what, nobody's sleeping. We are going to be giving you guys back-to-back news, and I'm happy to bring it to you because I understand how frustrating it can be. For those of you that were lucky enough to not have, procrastinated and you tried your best to maybe apply for the visa and land in Canada as at 2022, 2023, God is with you, because sometimes I look back and I'm like, how would I have done it? Not only has Naira crashed, the system is now a lot stressful. Many things are just happening at the same time. I just really pray, like, if this is your desire, may God just grant you. For those of you that are waiting for attestation later, those of you that have gotten attestation later, you're waiting for visa, may God grant you your heart desires. As usual, hope you enjoyed this video. I remain your girl, Acid Darling. Please check out my other videos, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye, guys.